we had an exciting start to the fourth of the in-the-water tests of our submarine, Bellavia. Just as we started to roll down the ramp, the new winch broke and down we went, faster than we'd planned. After a heart-pumping beginning, everything went great. This was the fourth of the sub's in-the-water tests, but there's actually been hundreds and hundreds of tests of the sub in the shop. There have been closed hatch life support tests, stress tests on the electronic systems, and load tests on the physical sub itself. However, the water tests are when things start getting real. The test ran for an hour and 59 minutes from hatch closed to hatch open, with an hour and 40 minutes in the water. Okay, let's take a look. Our launch site is an hour and a half away, so it all starts with a road trip. The dock was covered in water hyacinth. Good thing we brought our homemade hyacinth rakes. The first hour of prep is in the parking lot, and then it's on to the ramp. Life support on, hatch closed, and it's time to do this. We just began rolling down when the winch broke. We've been calling it the slide. Again from the nose camera. Now from the boom camera. If you thought it was exciting on the outside, try being inside.
I don't think that was supposed to happen that way.
The impact with the water knocked off the emergency release weights, which are held on with magnets. But that's the kind of situation where you'd want them to come off. And we had lines on them, so we were able to pull them back up to the dock. Other than the drop weights, the sub didn't care one whit. I would have not have done this on purpose, but in hindsight, I'm glad it happened. It pointed out a problem that we can now address, and it really built up my confidence in the robustness of the sub. I'm not going to take her into the rapids, but she can handle some rough stuff. We pulled Belle out of the water, fixed the winch, and relaunched. Slower this time. The slide misaligned the trailer a bit. Brian jumped in to straighten it out. Now we can get the tests underway.
Check now. Copy that.
The first things we were looking for were trim, balance, and float depth. We switched from cement keel weights to steel. That's a big change. The sub needs to float at a very specific line. It should also be level side to side and just a bit tail down on the surface. A little rocking to check stability.
Doing a rock test. Doing a bigger rock test. Pretty good. Getting ready to stop. Now.
Rudders doing their thing. The cable held her back, but she really wanted to go when the thrusters were fired up. We'll jump back to the test in just a moment. I just want to answer a question that always comes up right about now. Why are we doing this? Why have we built a submarine? Because designing isn't enough. Building a shop test platform isn't enough. Waiting until we build the airship to orbit launch vehicle doesn't cut it. We need to make mistakes, and we need to make them now. We need to answer engineering questions now. We need to build up experience now. Everyone from NASA to SpaceX to Boeing blows it on integration. And they are some of the best in the world. You know, when it's time to put everything together, take hundreds of systems and make it a piloted vehicle, every single program is past schedule and over budget on their integration. That's because integrating a piloted vehicle is hard. Putting a human being in the middle of your tech is filled with the unexpected. The submarine is our teaching tool. This is where we're learning the craft of integration. Bellavia shares the same command control architecture as our tandem high altitude airship. The life support system we're developing will go aboard the Dark Sky station. Our airships have 5 lifting cells on each side. Our submarine has 5 ballast tanks on each side. Not a coincidence. The submarine is our spacecraft development test bed. It goes in here before it goes up there. Okay, back to the test. We made more than a dozen minor upgrades to the life support system. The air was great. You really become aware of the air you breathe when you breathe air that you've edited yourself. Here, we're doing a partial dive. That's where we flood the ballast tanks and lower the sub down until the decks are awash. Then we hold it there for a few minutes, then blow air back in the ballast tanks and bring the sub fully up. We did this over and over again, shaking down the system.
Try to pull on the nose so it doesn't drift away from the dock.
We did a below water inspection. Some of the plumbing needs to be tightened up. A big thank you to all our Patreon supporters out there. All the things we do, you make possible. Bellavia had a major software upgrade and even an additional computer, and we pushed it all pretty hard. Tests complete, and we're out of the water and back on the trailer for the trip home. We are ecstatic with the test. Bell performed magnificently. So, what's next for our submarine? We came away with a few pages of to-dos. Some of the fittings need to be tighter, Bell needs to be a little heavier, and we need to do a lot of testing on that winch. The software upgrades continue, and we're in the middle of a big rewrite of the entire voice interface. The new touchscreen control system was partially written with DeepSeek AI. This test was the first time for us using AI-written code on a live mission. It went really well and accelerated the development. Things that would have taken months to write, we did in hours. I actually was quite taken aback by it. Our AI position is simple and no different from anything else. Use all the tools and test like crazy. Now the submarine is ready for a full dive at the dock and a sail away from the dock, do some maneuvers, and return. Also, our new sub-pilots are all trained up and ready to try their hand at Bell. Sailing away from the dock adds a bit of complexity to the mission. When we motor out, we'll have our support boat out as well. That means a couple more team members, an additional launch, and another boat to prep. Not a big deal, but it does create a bigger logistical effort. However, that's exactly what the sub is for. Working out the complex issues and putting people in your systems and then deploying them in the real world. All these lessons have direct applications to our future piloted Ascender airships. It looks like we're working on a submarine, but this is what we're really working on. We tend to like to sneak up on things bit by bit, make a change, and then test like mad. Right now, we are pushing hard to get another test in before the end of the year. It will be tough to wedge it in between all the holidays and some of the plasma engine test firings that we're doing, but I think we can get it done. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on what happens next. Here is a sneak peek at something new that we're working on. When the SR-71 Blackbird won the new spy plane competition, who came in second? JP Aerospace, America's other space program.